Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. This is Indio on the radio, and we have the one and only a Texas sweetheart joining us today. We have the one and only Crystal Torres. Here is the intro that goes just for her. The one and only Crystal. How are you doing, girlfriend?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You're looking very pretty. Can you do me a favor, sweetheart, and just bring your camera down just a little bit? I see a lot of head space, if that's okay. There we go. Right there. Look at that. See your beautiful self. Got the
Yeah,
gold
thank you.
going on. it does not want to cooperate. That's okay.
No, it does not.
We'll go with what we are. No worries. So, uh, it's real. Thank you so very much for joining us today. I mean, I really do appreciate it. We've had you before, and you're welcome back, of course. And I'm glad that you are back. Things have changed a little bit since the last time we talked. You've got a new single out. You've got all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff going on. So, kind of fill us in. What was going on since the last time you were here?
Yeah. So I've had a really busy year, and thank you again for having me tonight. Um, Gosh, since the last time I was on the show, I got to go to Milwaukee to perform at Mexican Fiesta.
Hey, shut
Um,
up. Thanks.
shout out to Mexican Fiesta in Milwaukee. Also, want to give my condolences. They lost their entertainment coordinator Arturo Martinez yesterday. He was a big help in getting us over there to Milwaukee. So my condolences to his family. Um, I have partnered up with Leo y Tentacion for some performances. So we've gone to New Mexico and, all over Texas. We have some upcoming performances in the San Antonio area coming up, Karn City, Texas. We're planning on going to Dallas early next year. So get to travel with them. Of course, I still have my band as well. And yeah, just recording new music and trying to get out there more.
Well, so is the nature of the business, and it's good that you're not working too hard during the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and everything else. That usually, sometimes that can take us. When we're going here and there, performing on all those different locations, don't get to spend that much time with family. So when you get that opportunity, take
Yeah,
advantage of it. Because
definitely.
I think this is only like my third year that I've had Christmas off and 20 plus
Wow.
years. Yeah. So it's something new for me, Now I'm kind of like old hat at it. But the first time I was like, what I do? What do we do on Christmas? I'm on the road. I don't know. So it's cool. I mean, I learned to value it, and I only mention it because I learned to value it. But that doesn't mean that it won't change. So you're a very busy person and you got a great voice. We're going to talk about some of the music
Thank
that
you.
you've had going on and everything else, and that's one of the wonderful things. But let's take a little recap on your Michigan trip rather. You had a lot of people there. You performed there. I don't know how many thousands of people were there. I got invited, but I didn't get to go.
Oh,
Um,
you definitely have to make
yeah,
it out. Yeah, it was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, actually. Um, it was, kind of like a full circle moment. I'm originally from Des Moines, Iowa, so Milwaukee's only about 5 hours from my hometown.
uh-huh.
It was really awesome. because not only did I get to perform for thousands of people, I actually had friends and family in the audience that knew me before I was anybody, that knew me, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, that I would tell them, one day I'm going to move to San Antonio and I'm going to be a Tejano music singer. And, they believed in me. And so to come out on stage and to sing my music for them, I'm not gonna lie, I got really, really emotional. I started crying. My voice was cracking. I was a little bit upset at myself because my voice was not what I knew it could be, because I let the happiness and the emotion and the feeling get to me. But even though I was so hard on myself after the fact, I had a lot of artists and fans, tell me that they could really see that was an important moment for me,
Uh,
and that it didn't matter that my voice cracked or whatever, because they saw, how much emotion I put into my performance. So it was really, really awesome. And Bumper Gomez, who has his Bumpers Wacky Wednesday podcast. He was over there, and he caught my performance, and he saw just how much the emotion got to me. But I told him I felt like I redeemed myself a couple weeks ago in San Antonio because I performed at a local toy drive, and he
right.
was like, "Dang, girl, you can sing." So yeah,
Yeah.
but it was really awesome to be able to perform in front of friends and family who knew me when I was a nobody, so to speak. So yeah, it was a really awesome experience. The staff treated us like VIPs. We were shuttled in buses and backstage areas and all this other stuff. So it was an opportunity that I'm so thankful and grateful for. And I will keep that memory for me. If I never go back, at least I have, that experience. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's always good because, I mean, you come here, then you're a Tejano Music Award winner, and then you go back and you get to share some of the success that you've had with your family and friends that you left behind in your home,
Yeah,
your home state, which is always a great thing.
definitely.
That's wonderful, and Shelly Lares has been a big thing in your life, a big person in your life, rather.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful connection. As I've told you before, Shelly Lares and I, we've been friends for a long time. I really appreciate her, and support her, and give her all of the props that she deserves, because she's a wonderful person. But with
Yeah.
you, I believe the last time we talked, it was at the pop-up market concert. I believe so, with Alicia C. It was real good
Yeah,
to
that
see
was,
you out there. You
yeah.
had your daughter with you. And it was really wonderful, and everything else. And we just chit chatted and everything else. But tell me, what's it like to be with, interacting with such a Tejano legend such as Shelly Lares, and helping her help letting allowing her to help guide your career. How does that help? I mean, how does that feel, to have that support, there with you as well? Because I mean, it's hard for all women, especially younger,
Definitely.
women such as yourself, and you have a family, and so it's tough. It's tough, but you have that support, with somebody like Shelly there. How's that like? How is that for you? I didn't ask you that question the last time, and I just kind of wanted to
Yeah.
get
It's
your
surreal. And I tell her this all the time. I listened to her when I was younger. My very first performance at a 16 de Septiembre celebration in Iowa when I was 17, I performed Selena songs and Shelly Lares songs, and would listen to her in college, and would introduce her music to my white friends, my black friends, my Asian friends, people that didn't know what Tejano was, and really didn't speak Spanish either. And my friends came to identify with it because that's how they saw me. And so I tell her this all the time. You know, I remember listening to her music when I was in my dorm room, in college, or when I first moved here, thinking to myself, wow, I hope that I can meet her one day, not even thinking to myself one
Mhm.
day that I was going to be working with her. So it's very surreal. And I tell her this all the time. It's such an honor to be working with her and to have been mentored by her and continue to be mentored by her, as well as call her a friend, so it's really awesome.
And I can completely understand, and can kind of relate to that because of the fact that, people make impacts in our lives, but kind of what you said earlier, your white friends, your black friends, and everything. Here in Texas, people take it for granted that everybody has. I mean, look, I'm Native American. People thought I'm Mexican, and they would get
Yeah,
mad at me because I couldn't speak Spanish, but that's not the case. It's just that that's not who I am. But
right.
when you grow up in a diverse, situation like you do in Ohio. Ohio doesn't have a huge Mexican population, but here in Texas we do, and so it's old hat, speaking Spanish and having burritos and stuff like. But I have a niece who's in South Carolina, and I'm sending her recipes on how to make her own chorizo because it's like $12 a pound over there. You know,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So it's like we take a lot of things for granted here, but for you, have you ever thought of the fact that you were a gateway for people that want Tejano music from your hometown? Because you are the door opener. You are the person, laying down the foundation for them to follow.
Yeah. In Iowa, there's still not a lot of Tejano fans. There might be here a few, in between. But the reason I listen to Tejano is because my mom is originally from Odessa, Texas. And Iowa is my home. It's something that I've been trying to crack. If anybody from the Latino Festival in Des Moines, Iowa is watching, I've been trying to get in there and get more people, from Iowa to listen to Tejano and whatnot. But there is a lot of Tejano following in the surrounding states, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin. And so it's really awesome to be able to connect with those fans when I do see them, because they're like, oh, you're from the Midwest like me, and so I actually got recognized while I was in the audience at Shelly's concert, waiting for it to begin, by a fan. And she came up to me and she goes, "Are you Crystal Torres?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh," because that doesn't really happen to me. I know I see some of my friends online and they're like, "Oh, I got recognized at HEB," or "I got recognized." If you follow me on social media, I don't always look like this. So you're not always going to necessarily know that it's me, but I had my full face on then and she saw that it was me. But it
My
was
full
so
face.
cool because you see, I just keep it real. You see that there are fans in the Midwest and they see me and think if she can do it, then maybe I can do it too. And so, and that goes for anybody, whether they're from the Midwest or not. But it is cool to see people from the Midwest loving Tejano so much. So fingers crossed, I can get into the Iowa market at some point. But yeah,
I'm sure you will, and you also have to understand sometimes, because like I was a Tejano music lover before I knew what Tejano music was. See, I liked it, and I didn't know what it was, but I liked
yeah,
it. So
yeah.
I'm sure
And
you'll.
that's how I kind of liken it to my friends in college. They had no idea what it was, but they were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, we can dance," And so that's kind of how, I was able to bring that music to them. So, yeah.
That's most definitely cool. Real quick, Julia Gasca. I got her name right. This last time I saw her, I was like, I don't think I said it right, but she was like, real cool. Friend of the show. Thank you so very much for joining us, Julia. Thank you so very much. And Rick, nice to see Rick Balderrama here in joining us today as well. And all
Yeah.
the other people that are listening to on the radio and everything else. Let's change it up just a little bit. with your new song that you just came out, it's I already told you that I'm a fan of it. I love the song. You know, I I question sometimes how can you possibly breathe in this song because you're just like so what's with all the a lot of your songs are very wordy, and
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's just that, oh my gosh, it takes a lot of talent to be able to learn how to breathe correctly when you're
right?
singing a song. So,
Yeah.
what was the inspiration with this song?
So this song is actually a song from Chile.
Mhm.
Some people may or may not know that I'm half Chilena. So my birth father's family is from Santiago, Chile, and so I listen to a lot of music over there and get inspiration. From the different styles over there, and there is a band named Noche de Brujas who has this song Dime Por Qué, and I've been listening to it for like 5-6 years, and I'm like, I love this song, I want to do it. And so finally, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to record it. And so got the mechanical license to record it and went to Shelly, who helped me put together this song. And you can ask her. It was very difficult for me because Spanish is not my first language, and I forget to open my mouth a lot. I studied in Mexico for a little bit of time, and I remember a teacher saying, you Americans are very lazy and just talk like this and don't even open your mouth. And I don't really think about it that much. But you have to open your mouth to enunciate
Yeah, yep,
Spanish a
exactly.
lot of times. And so this song took a lot of breath. This song took a lot of encouragement from Shelly. I was like, once I got into the studio, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And she's like, I know you can. And you're right. A lot of my songs have been very wordy. Um, made it a point to use songwriters not only from Chile but from Mexico too, because I want people to see Tejano music as being correct Spanish. And sometimes they use a lot of words in the lyrics and such. But
Colloquialisms.
yeah, so yeah. So we recorded this song. It has a little bit of salsa influence in it. Um, I love so many different genres of music, whether it be salsa, merengue, reggaeton. Um, I wanted to kind of mold and meld all of the pieces of me together, but make it Tejano, if
Mhm.
that makes any sense. And so,
Well, I think
Dime Por
that's kind
Qué
of
is
the
the song.
essence. It's kind of the essence of what Tejano is. It's a mixture, a conglomerate of different influences, like salsa and merengue and mariachi and R&B and rock and roll and country music. That's what makes it so different because it's not formulaic in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It is just a bunch of everything, and really, really
Yeah.
cool. I love the song because I mean, and please understand when I say wordy, it's just that it's challenging for me to listen to every freaking word because there's so many of them. But it's
Well,
not
it's challenging to sing too.
right, but it's not in any way meant to be demeaning or wrong because I love the song. It's a great song. It's just that I'm like, poor girl, she's gonna pass out if she's singing this on stage. She's gonna be like, okay, you know. It's really, really good, and I do see the flavors and everything that's in it, and it once again, it shows that we are all diverse in our own backgrounds and everything else, and, we can all still be lovers of music, and I envy people who sing and who are the singers and writers, songwriters, because music is eternal, and you're able to influence people's their memories, their thoughts. You can smell something new with the song. You can
Yes.
remember someone, you can remember that dance, you can feel somebody caressing your cheek or something like that. It's a powerful thing that you wield, that love for music and the way to convey that music for other people. So
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and take a
Yeah.
look at that
I
song.
love it. Yeah. So, yeah. So in addition to having Shelly helped me put together the song. Kiki Herrera was the studio engineer. And then I have a friend, close family friend, who is a Latin Grammy Award winning uh, vocalist. His name is El Güero. He had a band, El Güero y su Banda Centenario, a few years back, and he's the one who mixed and mastered the song. So I wanted to kind of give it that international flavor. And I know some Tejano purists will say, well, that's not Tejano. It doesn't sound like Tejano and this and that. And I realize, that it might not have that old school Tejano flavor, but as you mentioned, Tejano is a cultural melting pot, so to speak. And as we get older, and I'm not that young, but as we get older, the sounds need to evolve and just bring in different perspectives and stuff. And so with my music, nothing ever really sounds the same or follows a certain formula, so to speak. My next single is going to be super, super Tejano, old school sound.
Well,
But it's just because I listen to so much, and I'm influenced by so much that I put all of my heart and soul into my music. And I I have really high hopes for this song, but at the same token, if it doesn't resonate with listeners or it doesn't resonate with program directors, that's okay, because I know that I love the song, you know?
well, it resonates with this program director, and I can appreciate it
Well, thank
because
you.
and one of the things that you said about Tejano being a melting pot, it's more like a salad. A lot of different flavors, different colors, but all of them distinct, but it all makes goodness, all
Oh,
good.
there you go.
All
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
I
let's go
like
ahead and take a listen to that song, Dime Por Qué. This is Indio on the radio with Miss Crystal Torres, and this is Dime Por Qué.
Dime que te llamará las noches rogando que vuelvas, dime quién. Dime quién suplicará tus besos robando caricias en tu ser. Dime quién se dormirá en tus pechos, cuidará tus sueños al amanecer. Dime quién descubrirá en tu cuerpo que el punto perfecto del placer. Si esta vida me he dejado amarte, dime por qué ahora tengo que olvidarte. Si el amor que ayer tú me juraste, dime por qué ahora tienes que dejarme. Dime por qué te alejas de mí. Dime por qué me dejas así. Dime por qué tú me haces sufrir. Dime por qué me dejas morir. Te llamará las noches rogando que vuelvas, dime quién. Dime que suplicará tus besos robando caricias en tu ser. Dime que se dormirá tus pechos, cuidará tus sueños al amanecer. Dime quién descubrirá en tu cuerpo que el punto perfecto del placer. Si esta vida me he dejado amarte, dime por qué ahora tengo que olvidarte. Si el amor que ayer tú me juraste, dime por qué ahora tienes que dejarme. ¿Por qué te alejas de mí? Dime por qué me dejas así. Dime por qué tú me haces sufrir. Dime por qué me dejas morir. Te alejas de mí, dime por qué me dejas así, dime por qué tú me haces sufrir, dime por qué me dejas morir.
is.
I see
There we
people
go.
commenting.
Yes, people are commenting. A lot of them are commenting. First of all, Julia Gaskin says, very, very lovely. Thank you very much, Julia, for that input. And we have the wonderful Annika Garza, who Annika comes in. She says, hi, my friends. Hey, Crystal,
Hi.
you're always so amazing, amiga. And DJ Indio, you're okay too. Miss you. Thank you. You know what? And Julia says that it's a beautiful song, and it is a beautiful.
Awesome.
I
Thank
love it
you.
because it's kind of a ramp up song. You know, it's like starting out, dun, 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 and then you just start getting into it, and then it just builds in itself. And but like I said, it's very, very. Listening to it is a little exasperating sometimes, but I can imagine singing it because you're just like, wow, holy moly. Sonia de la Paz in the house. Hi, Miss Crystal. Hmm. You got
Hello.
all the best people here. And, Annika, obviously, with her wonderful song, and, Sonia de la Paz, she just released
Yes.
her album, I mean, her video for Nada es Imposible. I love the
Yes.
song. I used it as a dedication for during Veterans Day because when I was deployed, my wife was back home, and that's one of the things that we don't hear a lot.
Yeah.
Women, the spouses that are here back home, that are taking care of the home, that are fighting their own battles in order to make sure that the home is good when we come back. And when you're there, it's those small little memories of home that give you the strength to move on. And
Yeah.
much like the song says, nada es imposible contigo. And and that's the one thing that I really cherish. Carla Cristina here. Saludos, amigas. Saludos, Carla. And she just posted some pictures. She was amazing, but she's a beautiful voice, beautiful person. I mean, all of them, Annika,
Yeah.
all of them beautiful people. You hang around with good people, kid. And with this song, man, you really put it out of the park. I love the song. I love the beat. I love the whole, the phrasing. And I don't even know I'm kidding you about, all the words and everything else. It's still a great song. It's a wonderful song.
Thank
And
you.
it's on our hit list and everything else. And um, but I love the fact that you have a very diverse catalog that follows you. With your music, you have a very diverse catalog, and you have to go back and listen to it from the very beginning all the way through in order to completely understand and appreciate your vocal ability that you have, and which is wonderful. What was it that inspired you to be so experimental with your music? Because some people, they don't want to get outside of the box because of the fact that it's safe and it's an easy road.
Yeah.
But for you, you're
Um,
you like to experiment.
I do. I definitely credit not only my husband but my band. My husband went to school for music. He plays trumpet, and so he's played trumpet in my band since the beginning of my performing. And then once we've kind of built the band up. In the beginning, I would perform like the slow power ballads and whatnot, and
Mhm.
not only my husband but the band would say nobody wants to listen to you hear slow songs all the time, and I'm like, no, but that's my forte, that's what I love, right? And so I'm like, oh, okay, all stubborn Aries like I am, and I'm like, well, this is me, this is what I'm good at, this is what I want to do. And then I'm like, well, they're right. So we started, incorporating more danceable songs, the cumbias, the faster stuff, and um, it really resonates with the audience when I perform and stuff. And so it's definitely something outside of my comfort zone, 100%. Um, but as I mentioned earlier, I listen to salsa, I listen to merengue, I listen to reggaeton, I listen to bachata, I listen to Tejano, I listen to country, I listen to R&B. I listen to a whole bunch of different styles of music, and I'm like, okay, I need to emulate what I listen to. And so that has really pushed me, outside of my comfort zone as well. And Shelly even commented, I've seen so much growth in you as an artist, from the very beginning. And so that's something that I'm very, very proud of. So shout out to my husband and also my mom. My mom is very, very opinionated and will tell me, people want to dance. It's like the Selena movie where they're like, queremos bailar. It's
Right.
true. People want to dance. They don't want to listen to that slow stuff, even though that's my forte and that's what I really, really love.
Yeah.
But,
Well, not
I sing a
everybody.
lot of that at home.
Yeah, I mean, well, let me tell you, Carla Cristina, she's got some power ballads that are just great. And I mean, I've seen, Sonia de la Paz put out some power, just some like gritty kind of stuff, and Annika will just lay down, don't even try.
Yeah.
And her vocal ability is like something else.
Oh, yeah.
She's otherworldly with her voice. And so she's really, really good. Now it's interesting that you mentioned your husband and everything else. One of the songs that you did earlier in your career, Sigo Enamorada,
Uh-huh.
it's a very touching music video, because it depicts, your relation, well, your wedding with your
It was
husband.
our wedding. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
our wedding day. I
Yeah.
I kind of ambushed him, and he did not know
Oh
that
no.
it was going to be recorded or anything. So Ryan Basan, who's a local filmmaker here in San Antonio, shows up, and my husband knew who he was, and he's like, well, we didn't pay for a video. Like, what are you doing? And it
Oh
was
no.
my wedding present to my husband. I kind of snuck payments, to Ryan for him to be able to record that. And so um, people that watch that video on YouTube, that is our real life wedding day. So yeah. And
And
I actually re-recorded the song as a acoustic ballad, and I'm trying to convince him to let me release it. I recorded it for Christmas last year for him. It was our 6-year wedding anniversary, so I was like, "Hey, let me just release this."
yeah.
And so we'll see if I wear him down.
It says how sweet, and it's wonderful because, that I'm glad that never happened with me because oh my gosh, Lawrence, did you write down your vowels? Yeah, A, E, I, O, U. And it was like, sorry, no,
That's good, buddy.
I'm just trying to keep it real, kid. you know, I'm that guy. Now, that's wonderful, and it's a beautiful song and also a beautiful video. And I really do. I love it. It puts a smile on people's faces and stuff like that. And the name of the song is Sigo Enamorada. Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
listen to that. And I'm going to go ahead and play that. This is Crystal Torres, DJ Indio on Cuba Radio. This is Sigo Enamorada.
Otra vez la pregunta es ya qué haría sin tu amor. Tú sabes que te quiero tanto, no puedo seguir sin tu amor. Me dices que soy el amor de tu vida, que tus ojos no miran a nadie más. Yo soy el centro de tu mundo, el sol, la arena y el mar. Quiero morir a tu lado, solo el tiempo lo dirá. Cuando haces la pregunta, solo quiero gritar. Sigo enamorada de tu amor, y cada beso lleno de pasión. Tu sonrisa ilumina mi día, te amo sin
look at that. And why did he look into the camera like that? It was kind of, I was like,
It's,
whoa.
I don't have my glasses on right now, so I'm like blind as a bat.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the video, he kind of looks into the camera like, why are you watching me?
Oh, he did that as a joke. He did that as
Yeah.
a joke. Yeah.
It
I'm
was,
like, you're not funny. Stop.
Julia says, I love hearing all the female artists and more power to all the females singing and their hearts singing their hearts out, with great music. And it's true, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's just the females; it's everybody. I believe that any artist that puts out music, a piece of them, a piece of their heart goes out with that music as well, and that's really what makes them,
Yeah.
you know, once again, yield that. But you know what? Without fans like you, Julia, you know there would be nobody to enjoy it, nobody to listen to. So it's a partnership. It's a great partnership. And with that being said, we've got the Tejano Mundial Awards that are coming up. And so you have your song that we just heard earlier, Dime Por Qué, that you just released. You had one earlier this year, didn't you? Another one previous to
Yeah.
that one?
El uno para el otro, the norteño version.
Yeah, the
So,
Norte.
yeah. I
And then,
submitted that for best norteño song. I
mhm.
nominated myself. I'm just gonna put this out there. So yeah, we'll see if it gets picked up. But yeah,
Well, with that being said, that if you have an artist that you like, and then we've got plenty of them that are joining us here, like Annika with her beautiful song, Sonia de la Paz, she's released a couple. I mean, the whole entire album that Carla Cristina put out, I love every song that's on that.
hmm
It's amazing. But there's a lot of great work by a lot of women today, and they're receiving the just reward as far as the respect that they deserve from the very beginning, that they should have gotten, that they didn't get back in my day, which is wonderful. At first I was going along with everybody and calling it a female takeover, and it's not. It's females were already here. They were here. It's just that they're getting the recognition that they deserve. And so, what's it like
yeah,
for you to be part of that wave of finally getting some acceptance and some due diligence, from the people, because you do deserve it, and you know, for me, I compliment all females because they're all beautiful, but that's with the same understanding that they're beautiful inside as well as outside, and they have great talent to go along with it. So how does it make you feel that now you're on that, you're no longer part of the, oh, she's just a girl. Now you're like, oh, she is a singer. I always refer to Tejanos or artists as artists, not as female or male. But for you being part of that, how does that make you feel to be on that cusp of that?
I think it's awesome. Like you said, we're finally getting the recognition that we deserve. It's hard being a female artist in our industry. We're talented in our own right, but because we're female, we have to fight that much harder to get not only the respect but the opportunities as well. So to be, among so many talented women is really really awesome.
Yeah, and you were part of the Tejanos Unidas as well, weren't you? What was that like?
Yeah, it was really great. The experience of able to share our and our own individual testimonies. Um, was just really eye opening because you really never see what artists go through, behind the scenes and the trials and the tribulations that we have to go through. I, kind of try to be upbeat on my social media and stuff, but, everybody has the things that they go through that really are not only happy but sad at times. And so to be able to share our stories with one another through music was just really, really life changing. So I'm very, very grateful to Geneva for putting that project together and including me on it.
Yeah, and like I said, it's powerful. Music is powerful. It
hmm
inspires and it motivates and it lifts up, and then it reminds us, and what we should never forget is that life happens to all of us. Life
Yeah.
happens. happens, and that's where we have to understand that. And Chris Zavala, thank you so very much for joining us. He says, "Love you, amiga." And Leonard Alvaro. Wow, that's a great name.
Alfaro.
Alvaro. Cool. He says, "Hey, girl." I'm not familiar with Alfaro,
No,
and I think he.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's Leo from Leo y Tentacion. That's the other artist that I'm, I guess,
Yeah,
collaborating with.
you're collaborating with. Yeah, okay. I was like, well, I only got a little bit of it, and I was like, what did she call me? I know, just kidding. But no, it's wonderful that you have that support, and life happens and it's wonderful. But you know what, you got many blessings. You have a fan right here listening to your music and supporting you 100%. I've reached out to you before, and say, hey, I need you on my show, come back. And for good reason, because I recognize talent, and I recognize that I firmly believe that putting you on the air, and people allowing you to hear your story, and get to better know you, they'll be more apt to request your music, because then you're much more approachable to them. And then they see that you're just a person like they are. you know um I, on the other hand, I'm a superhero, and so I have to maintain this as well. Just kidding. Leonard Leo says we love her. She is very truly talented. Yeah, very true. She is talented, and exceptionally talented. And so let's go ahead and take a listen to that El Uno para el Otro, the norteño version. And it's how's this? I appreciate you so much as an artist. I actually don't have any norteño music on my station, but I have this one. So
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
It's
You
very,
know,
very catchy, danceable.
yes, it is. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful song, and everybody deserves to have an opportunity to hear it, so that way they have a chance to fall in love with it, right? El uno para el otro, from Crystal Torres.
Somos el uno el para el otro, porque los dos miramos este mismo cielo. Los dos tenemos corazón al lado izquierdo, ese que late fuerte cuando yo te veo. Somos el uno el para el otro, porque tú y yo el mismo aire respiramos. ¿Cómo negarlo si el planeta que habitamos se llama igual? Ya ves que no tienes que dudarlo. Somos el uno el para el otro, y aunque lo dudes, destinado está lo nuestro. No te das cuenta que yo soy tu amor perfecto. Quiero gritarlo, pero no me deja el miedo. Somos el uno el para el otro. Tal vez no sepas porque aún no es tu secreto. Yo me hago loca con señales que me invento. Ya solamente falta convencerte a ti que yo soy tuya y tú naciste para mí. Somos el uno el para el otro, porque tú y yo el mismo aire respiramos. ¿Cómo negarlo si el planeta que habitamos se llama igual? Ya ves que no tienes que dudarlo. Somos el uno el para el otro, y aunque lo dudes, destinado está lo nuestro. No te das cuenta que yo soy tu amor perfecto. Quiero gritarlo, tú naciste para mí.
Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. That's a good song, El Uno para el Otro. And I was like, hey, that's cool. Let's go ahead and put it on there and just enjoy it. I kind of put it more like a norteño light,
Yeah,
or like a conjunto fusion kind of way. It's really tough to categorize music nowadays because it incorporates so many different things. And
yeah.
so it's one of those things, but it's still a great song, and I love the way you sing it. The
Thank you.
the feeling and the sentiment that you have in there. Now, I always have a problem. I don't guess at what music is about anymore because I've always gone way off, because I was like, oh, it's a love song. And Gracie's like, not even close, bro. So I was just like, I'll just accept it for what it is.
This one is a love song. This one is a love song.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying I quit guessing because I've gotten it wrong.
Oh,
So that's why I'm like, no, no, no. So he says,
yeah.
hey, Louis AG, thanks very much for joining us, brother. He says, saludos.
I'm gonna be collaborating with him too. He's writing a song for me, so
Mhm.
I will be traveling to Mexico in 2023 to record with him. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I've been to Mexico 4 times, and twice I was really, really drunk. So I don't know if they actually count. Oh. I did I tell you my experience in Mexico?
I don't think you did. You'll
When
have
I
to tell me about it sometime.
Well, here. Let me share it with you. So it's. I'll make it short. When I went, I was like 15 years old. My best friend in high school, he was like, "Dude, you got to go, man. It's Mexico, Mexican women, blah 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 blah." Blah. I'm like, "Yeah, of course." You said chicks. That's all I need. And I mean, I was 15. Come on, I'm a kid, And so I went, and then bonus, they let us drink beer, like in the open. So I was drinking beer, I was like, oh, when you're 15, you can down them, but you don't realize the alcohol takes a while to get you. But once it gets you, it's got you. And so I saw some real pretty girls, and I was like, man, Latin women are hot. And I told my buddy, I was like, dude, man, how do I say hi? My name is Lawrence. I need that opening to go over there, for this girl, so I could ask her to dance. And he's like, got you, bro, got you. And I was
Oh
like, okay,
no.
you just need to say this. And I was like, that's like, hi, how are you doing? That kind of thing. And he's like, yeah, dude, just go, man. So I walked over to her and swayed in my, swinging in the breeze of alcoholism that wasn't there. So I'm like, I look down and I look at her and I was like, hola, yo como mocos.
Oh no.
They all laughed because they were like, really? Luckily, she spoke English. And so she's like, I don't think that's what it means. And he's still my friend, by the way. So that's unfortunate, but he's still my friend. Big hey from Jennifer Bowen, Jenny B in the house. She's also got a wonderful song that's coming out that just came out not too long ago. Besos.
Yeah, I got to meet her a couple weeks ago finally.
Yes, she's just energy. If I had one
Yeah.
word that I could just energy, she's just electrifying. It's just all over the place. And I really enjoy it. For you, you're like constant. You're like a little chameleon. Sometimes your hair is up, sometimes your hair is down. Sometimes you're like in a big dress, and sometimes you're scaled down. You're all over the place. And, how would you classify yourself? Because for me, like I told you before, it's all I see is just your contagious smile. I can't. I want to keep smiling every time. So what is it? How do you how do you pattern yourself for your, because have to kind of separate your public life from your private life. So how would you say that you would pattern yourself after? if you had that, or are you just off the
I
cuff?
don't know. Like, I just am who I am. And so people who know me in my private life know that I always have my hair in a bun, no makeup, my glasses, and pretty much hot mess express, but when I have, radio appearances or, I have performances and stuff, I have to pull myself together, but, I don't know. I'm just me. I love fashion and makeup though. So when I do this, I, I think I somewhat know how to pull myself together, but
Well, you did
yeah.
it like really fast because you're like, "Oh, Lawrence, I'll be right there," and I was like, "Okay," because most women,
Putting on my lashes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they take forever, and I was like, "Look, kid, you look beautiful just the way you are." You're like, "Nope." So I mean, but you do, you look great, you really do. Jennifer Bowen, loving that hat. Oh, yeah, that's right, girlfriend. I got the Ginny Beak hat on today. It's funny because the other day I was wearing my army cap, and the guy goes, "Oh, so you get the military discount?" And I was like, "Whoa, you must be psychic." And I was like, "Oh wait, my cap says army." So I just, because me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of my Cubo shirts, I have 5 gray shirts, and I have 5 black shirts, and I have 5 gray pants and 5 black sweatpants because I don't want to worry about what I wear. So
That's
I'm gonna
smart.
wear just I don't even think about it. I just put it on, and my brother's like, "Dude, don't you ever change?" And I was like, "I do. It's a fresh set of clothes every day. It's just they're the same color, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to spend any brain power on what am I gonna wear today." I know women
I'm
can't
pretty
do
much
that.
in t-shirt and sweatpants in my
Yeah,
everyday regular life all the time, you
really.
know. It's just
Hmm.
easy.
She is a forever at the salon, Leo. Yes, like
Well, that's one thing. I will always have my nails done, or I had eyelash extensions, but those are just a pain in the butt to have to remember the appointments and filling and whatever. But my best friend owns a hair salon, so my hair color and I'm actually going tomorrow to get my hair cut, so it's really, really long.
yeah,
You
it
can
is.
see.
It's very, very long.
Yeah.
Mine
So,
was a little bit that long, but we have a thing called kimyoje, and it's when somebody that is important in your life they pass away. You cut your hair, so that way
oh,
your
okay.
friends will know that you're in mourning, and they won't invite you to parties and stuff like that. And so, when my grandmother passed away, that's when I cut my hair, and so that's like, well, it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But then, I went through chemo and everything else. Everything fell out. So this is only like 2 years, 2 years now. So I went from bald to this. There you go. So, but it's cool. He says, even I knew in New Mexico, even I knew Mexico. Even in New Mexico, or even in New Mexico, you were always in a salon. I'm assuming that's what Leo
Was
said.
I? I was not. He's crazy.
I'm assuming that's correct. I was just like, don't get mad at me, girlfriend. I didn't say a word. But no, that's cool. And you know what? Sonia de la Paz, she has a friend that does her hair. And you've seen some of the pictures that Sonia has done, that where I mean it's very intricate weaving and everything else. It's really uh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I don't, not a lot of people know that for a lot of native tradition, only female relatives are allowed to touch men's hair. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so I don't go to like a salon to trim it up. It doesn't happen. I have somebody that's actually related to me that comes to me and you know trims the dead hair and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. It's kind of weird. I know. I just went on a very
No,
weird
it's
tangent.
cool. No, it's not weird. It isn't.
I
Like I
like
said,
everyone.
my great grandfather was Apache, so
Mhm.
yeah, it's not weird.
Yeah. So that Lawrence, he's plumb crazy. I tell you right now. So, but no. So tell us real quick for those people that are watching and everything else and listening. where can we get your merch? Where can we get some more information
Yeah.
from Crystal Torres?
So you can message me on Facebook, Instagram, at Crystal Tejano, for merch. I have it all here in my house if you're interested in buying anything. Um, you can contact me on all social media as well. I'm on TikTok at Crystal Torres Tejano, Snapchat at Crystal One Torres, Twitter is at Crystal One Torres also. Um, I have a EPK that I can send out for anybody interested in booking us. And then as far as promotional radio appearances, they can go to Myra D of Cielo Entertainment. She is my PR person.
Yeah, Myra, babe. You know it,
She's
babe.
awesome.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
wonderful. I
babe.
love her,
I
babe.
love her. She's
Now you know
awesome.
what I'm talking about. Hey, you know what? And also
Yeah.
showing your diversity, you also have like a small acoustic show that you do as well.
I do, yeah. So my guitarist, Josh, he and I do an acoustic set as well. So if anybody is interested in having Crystal Torres perform Tejano songs, but can't necessarily afford the whole band, they can contact me and we can do a cheaper cost acoustic show. And then, of course, I am collaborating with Leo y Tentacion, and we have a lot of upcoming performances as well coming up. We'll be here in San Antonio at Slim's Sports Bar Saturday.
Yeah, Slim Sports Bar in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
in
Actually,
San Antonio.
I would like to go, but I'm actually going to be in Far, Texas this
Oh,
weekend,
okay,
and so
nice.
I don't know where it is. I know it's far, but I don't know where it
It's
is.
in the valley.
It's in yeah, that so I've heard, it's like and I went to go see Sonia de la Paz and Carla Cristina in their Chingona party. I went to go see them in Laredo. And I said, I went to the
Nice.
valley. I went to Laredo and they were like, dude, that's not the
No, they
valley.
don't consider that the valley.
I was like, "No."
Valley people get mad when you say
I
that.
know. They were like, dude, that's not the valley. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think you were a black midget or anything. Jeez, man, take it easy. Tell me it's all good. It's all good. So anyway, so oh hey, Norma is here with us. Norma Salazar. How are you doing, Norma? Great supporter of Tejano music. Thank you so very much, Miss Crystal Torres is here. We're mentioning her way to get her wares and everything else, and also you're streaming your music all over all the social media platforms, and as well if you're hearing it on Cuvo Radio, if you do are listening to it through the website, you go ahead and you can click the add to cart button right next to it, and it will take you to Apple Music and you can buy not only just the single, but you can also buy the album as well. Now, I don't make any money from that transaction, but in full disclosure, I am part of a program that allows me to be part of that program and get a discount for my licenses. I'm a fully accredited radio station, ASCAP, BMI, and CSEC, and all the other ones, all 17 of them. So, but yeah, no, I'm a firm believer that if you want to support your Tejano artists, not only do you have to buy their merch, but go to their shows and enjoy their shows. Don't do this because I guarantee you, holding up the phone, you'll go back and look at it and go, man, I don't remember it being that awesome. So put it in your pocket and watch and enjoy the show and enjoy you know, everything else. It's pretty awesome, to see performers and especially when they make eye contact with you. What's it like for you when you see, fans singing your music back to you, and you're like,
It's really cool, you know. I think of myself as just a mom who sings music. So to have people that consider themselves my fans is just it's really cool. It's a nice feeling.
well, yeah, because it's acceptance and it's wonderful. But no, I mean, it's also kind of, I couldn't imagine it. I'm not that person, The only time that, people pay attention to me is when I perform karaoke. Uh, it's not because they're cheering, it's because they pay me to get off.
Stop.
It's like, please stop. It's one of those. So, sorry, I'm just going off here. Much love to y'all. Thank you. Oh, Alicia C in the house. Oh, and she's also got a beautiful song that's out.
Yeah.
Uh, that's she threw me for a loop because I know her as mariachi, and she comes out with this kind of cumbia thing that was really interesting and really wonderful. But I believe all of y'all should be nominated for at least for consideration, because all of y'all have done so much hard work, and it shows in the quality of music. That's the key thing. It
Yeah.
shows in the quality of music. So for those of y'all that are listening that are fans, go out there, put her name down, Crystal Torres. Her song is Dime Por Qué. This one is another one. We just heard El Uno para el Otro, but there's another one, Te Quisiera Llamar.
Yeah.
I wanted to call you.
Yeah.
Was it at 3:15? And now I'm alone. Sorry. but, and I need you now. Just wondering.
Right.
Tell me about the song. I'm sorry. It's got a little antebellum there.
Yeah, so this song, I kind of feel sorry for it because it didn't get the recognition that it deserved. We released it right when the pandemic started, so we didn't
Oh,
get to do any promo on it, and it was just kind of released and let out on its own. So I really love it. It's also kind of a norteño light song, written by Eduardo Yayo Anguiano, produced by David L. Garza, and it's a really beautiful song.
so there it is. That's the explanation for the song. But you know what? I just call it damn good music. Damn good music. That's all it is. Te quiero llamar. Indio on the radio with Crystal Torres. Te quiero llamar.
Me despierto contigo en mi pensamiento, involucrando el sentimiento que yo guardo yo por ti. Es complicado el panorama sin tus labios. Me haces falta, me hace daño que no te acuerdes de mí. Ya no sé cómo explicarle al corazón que tu sonrisa tiene una nueva razón. ¿De qué manera yo me evito pensar en tu amor? Y te quisiera llamar para saber cómo estás y preguntarte tal vez si crees posible volver. Y te quisiera llamar para volver a entender, pero a quien quiero engañar si ya sé que hay alguien más que te da lo que no supe dar. Contigo en mi pensamiento, involucrando el sentimiento que yo guardo yo por ti. Es complicado el panorama sin tus labios. Me haces falta, me hace daño que no te acuerdes de mí. Ya no sé cómo explicarle al corazón que tu sonrisa tiene una nueva razón. ¿De qué manera yo me evito pensar en tu amor? Y te quisiera llamar para saber cómo estás y preguntarte tal vez si crees posible volver. Y te quisiera llamar para volver a entender, pero a quien quiero engañar Si ya sé que hay alguien más y te quisiera llamar para saber cómo estás y preguntarte tal vez si crees posible volver. Y te quisiera llamar para volver a entender, pero a quien quiero engañar si ya sé que hay alguien más que te da lo que no supe dar.
Nice, very, very nice. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So once again, this is one of those songs. I'm like, breathe, please breathe.
Yeah.
No, but it's cool that you and you're right. And the song needs to be heard. It needs to have the opportunity for people to fall in love with it. But that's why we're here, to let that song be heard. And so
Yeah.
hopefully people will get the out there and request the song. And it's a beautiful song, Te quisiera llamar, and it's about driving trucks, and so no, no, it's not. It's good. You're like, stop, Lord. No, I mean it's a beautiful song. I really do like it, and you're right. It's got good feeling. Once again, very well produced. It's got good quality. That's one of the unfortunate things of what I do. Some people submit music to me and it's just not mastered very well and it's not usable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can sound good on your car, but you know, when you're going through the system itself, it has to have certain standards in order for it to be heard, or else the system will just kick it out and it's kind of pointless. But no,
Yeah.
it's wonderful that you're there. Julia says she loves it. Thank you very much for your
Thank
input,
you.
Julia. That's really that's cool. Thank you so very much. And so, we're kind of saludas amiga, rather. There you go. Get some love there. We're coming to the end of the show, and this is the part where I like to give you the opportunity, give all the artists the opportunity to go ahead and say the thanks and whatever shout outs or whatever it is that you want to let people know or be rather be let people hear, but it's completely you, whatever it is that you want to do, or rather say or mention. Be sure you mention your merch, stuff like that. And um aside from that, let me just go ahead and get out of your hair. Here is
So, wanted to give a shout out to everybody watching. Unfortunately, on my end, I have my phone on, so I can't see exactly names or who is commenting. But I'm so thankful that you tuned in and that you're supporting my music. It means a lot. If you want to get in touch with me via social media, you can do so at Crystal Torres Tejano via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. On Snapchat and Twitter, it's at Crystal1Torres. If you're interested in booking Crystal Torres, the band or the acoustic show, you can reach out to me via email at it's crystaltorrestejano@gmail.com. If you're interested in booking a more of a variety show with male Tejano songs, you can book me and Leo y Tentacion by reaching out to Leo on Facebook. I'm so very thankful for everybody who continues to support my music. If you're interested in scheduling a radio interview or a promotional opportunity, you can reach out to Myra D on social media as well. And I'm just so very grateful and thankful to your support and look forward to giving you new music in 2023.
nice, super nice. That's really good. Now remember, it's Crystal Torres Tejano. Most of it is Crystal Torres Tejano, and then also Crystal Torres, one, Crystal Torres. And let's go ahead and for those people, since you said you couldn't see them, Big D Daniel from Big D, the Facebook group. Great, thank you so very much for joining us. He's here. Always the lovely, lovely Julia Gasca. Thank you so very much for being here as well. For Alicia C, Norma Salazar, George, Leo, Jenny B, rather, Louis A.G. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling up real quick. Chris Zavala, Sonia de la Paz, Annika, and Carla Christina, and all of y'all beautiful ladies. Thank you so very much for being here and for supporting Tejano music and for supporting artists that are doing what they love. I really do envy what you do and how you are able to you know just be a part of a person's soul and their heart. You know, that's a wonderful thing. So we are gonna go ahead and leave you with the current single, which is "Dime Por Qué." This is Indio on the radio with Crystal Torres. And for those of you that are not feeling very good, that are kind of feeling down or a little bit depressed, I just want to remind you that every day planes take off against the wind. So can you? It's always going to be a better day. We are here. Don't think twice, but reach out for somebody. All right, reach out if you have to.
Yeah.
We're always here. Thank you so very much, Crystal. I really do appreciate it. This is your house, Mija. You can always come back, and I will have you back because we got new music coming up, right?
We do.
And
Yeah.
that's good. And Saturday with Leo, you're going to be performing at
Slim Sports Bar.
yeah, Slims or Lynn
Slims.
Glims. Wow, I didn't even get that one right.
Slim. SSLIM. Slims.
Oh, okay, Slims. Okay, so
like Slim Jim.
yes, Slim Jim. Okay, saludos desde Caldwell, Idaho. Look, Idaho following you already. That's cool. Thanks a lot, guys. It's Slims. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, and Aisha's here too. Wonderful voice, Aisha. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you so very much. We see y'all. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Crystal. I really am
Thank you.
glad you came back. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me. This is Dime Porque on the radio with Cubo and Crystal Torres.
Dime quién te llamará las noches rogando que vuelvas, dime quién. Dime quién suplicará tus besos robando caricias en tu ser. Dime quién se dormirá en tus pechos, cuidará tus sueños al amanecer. Dime quién descubrirá en tu cuerpo que el punto perfecto del placer. Si esta vida me he dejado amarte, dime por qué ahora tengo que olvidarte. Si el amor que ayer tú me juraste, dime por qué ahora tienes que dejarme. Dime por qué te alejas de mí. Dime por qué me dejas así. Dime por qué tú me haces sufrir. Dime por qué me dejas morir. Te llamará las noches rogando que vuelvas, dime quién. Dime que suplicará tus besos robando caricias en tu ser. Dime que se dormirá tus pechos, cuidará tus sueños al amanecer. Dime quién descubrirá tu cuerpo que el punto perfecto del placer. Si esta vida me he dejado amarte, dime por qué ahora tengo que olvidarte. Si el amor que ya tú me juraste, dime por qué ahora tienes que dejarme. ¿Por qué te alejas de mí? Dime por qué me dejas así. Dime por qué tú me haces sufrir.